Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will review SeaWorld Abu Dhabi and give my honest opinion as an animal enthusiast. SeaWorld is often notorious globally for animal abuse, especially dolphins and orcas. In this video, I'll be seeing if this one is any different. And with that, we'll be entering the first exhibit. This exhibit is modeled after the mangroves that are off the coast of Abu Dhabi. Tanks had a shallow part where guests could touch animals like starfish, sea cucumbers, rays, and sharks. The sharks had a really rough sandpaper-like texture, and they weren't slimy like most people think. But most importantly, there were always staff present to ensure the well-being of the animals. Here is the penguin house. You can see them from outside, swimming and gliding through the water. Guests could go inside the enclosure, where the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, and it's very recommended to bring your own jacket instead of getting sick. In the enclosure, there are all types of penguins, ranging from Adelis to even the big king penguin. The inside is modeled very nicely, with designated large spaces for penguins to walk around and swim. Penguin eggs that are laid inside are incubated in the lab so that the chicks can hatch. While the Antarctic zone was only home to penguins, the Arctic hosts more creatures such as the puffin, and then even the common mole. The air was definitely chilly, but it wasn't as cold as before. The main attraction of this area were the 5 walruses. But apart from that, there were also foxes and sea otters. Guests could go underground to get a better view of the creatures whilst they were swimming through the water. The walrus's tusks were cut off, and when asked, the staff said that it was like this before they were rescued, and they were capped to prevent any further injury or breakage. One of the walruses even had a missing fin, which the staff again said were from past injuries before they arrived to SeaWorld. We broke off from the icebergs into a temperate rainforest. There were towering trees where birds like macaws and parrots would perch. There was also a giant stingray tank, and there were other tanks that had tropical fish. In the center of the exhibit was a giant amphitheater where there were dolphin shows. We had lunch next to it while watching dolphins train from afar. This biome also has weekly animal ambassadors, and today's ambassador was a bullfrog. The flamingos were next. The enclosure seemed a bit too small, but the bright pink feathers told me that they were eating well. greatest things by far was the underwater tunnels through the dolphin tank, which let you see them up close. There is also a shallow area reserved for touching the stingrays, with staff constantly monitoring. Entering the endless ocean was like being transported into another dimension. The infrastructure was futuristic, and it was as if we were in the remains of a rocket. The main tank was immense and hosted countless sharks, rays, and many schooling fish. My personal favorite was this giant manta ray. Staring into this abyss really did make this tank feel like a never-ending ocean. Another favorite part of this was a shark-only tank which had reef sharks and hammerheads. The final stop housed 2 species of marine mammals in the exhibit that guests could feed. Then guests could go underground and enjoy the seals and sea lions as they zoomed past through the water like torpedoes. SeaWorld housed a variety of marine life in various zones and tried their best to mimic their natural habitats. From what I could tell, staff tried their best to ensure that guests would not be disturbing the animals. And in my opinion, a few of the enclosures looked small, but overall there were no outward signs of abuse, and most areas were very large. If you are an animal lover like myself, then I'd recommend you visit this place. There's so much to see, from birds to fish to marine mammals and much more. But personally, my favorite part was touching the stingrays. They felt really rubbery and squishy, which was nice.